Looks pretty good to me. I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm out having fun. Sometimes you need to take fun, just take time away from things. See that bark that was left on? See what's underneath it? You know, this is where we're wasting a lot of good wood, because there's a good wood. This is all shit. This is all crap wood. I got to get rid of all that before I want to use this log. I mean, you can use it with the bad wood, but why? That log is going to be in better condition underneath than that one because that has no bark. But what's happening now is they're at that point where I've left these sitting long enough where the bark is just, it's separated from the log and it's falling off and it's full of worms. And we see they're building their homes in here and they're getting into the wood now and they're turning it to complete crap. And you see they're starting to get legs. They're already starting to mature and become other bark beetles. So that's the other thing, is that I'm kind of turning my carving site into a beetle farm, which is not good. You see these guys, they didn't live. They didn't make it. They're getting their legs. What I don't understand is I haven't seen a lot of big holes in these under the bark. Normally these guys bore under the bark real far. But you see all this crap? This is just compost. This is rot. That's where a lot of that, it's where a lot of the blue mold comes from. See, that guy didn't survive. Well, he did. He's moving. But you see, they're just everywhere. The bark's just coming off. And you don't want to leave this crap on the logs. The problem is, last year, I left these and I never got to getting the bark off. If I had at least gotten the bark off, they would be in very good shape. I'm gonna try getting what I can out of this piece, out of this log as a block. I'm just gonna make it into a big block. I'm gonna just start milling these out into big blocks and beams and hoping that that's good enough. I mean, it's almost big enough in diameter to do a decent bear, but I'm gonna guess most of the good wood, we're going from almost 24 diameter here. It's gonna go down to like 15 inch, you know, by the time I'm done with it. So that's the problem with not getting the bark off of your logs. That's what's gonna happen to them. They're gonna sit, they're gonna turn to crap. These are all junk. A lot of time wasted, a lot of energy wasted. You see here, I'm doing end cuts just to see, you know, where I gotta cut them. I can still get good beams out of that, but the problem is this thing has been wet for too long with the bark still on it. It's over wet cured. Now the wood is starting to fall apart. It's been wet for way too long. Now it's becoming crappy wood. There's a theory behind that, but I would say get the bark off right away and put pieces of plywood over them. That's the best thing you can do for it. It's the quickest, easiest thing. It's gonna be a little hard case treatment. You're gonna get some cracking here and there, but you're gonna preserve the wood in the middle. That's the biggest heartbreak about this, is now I know I'm gonna have issues with that stuff. I'm gonna have to use it once I get it all cleaned down or milled or whatever I do with it. It's still usable wood, but it's got a lot of junk in it and irregularities now. So we'll see. But yeah, I just want to bring that to you guys while I'm starting to do my sorting before. Hey, so we got the starting to clear space out over here for working. I just feel like I need a workspace here. Hey, like from there to there is all crap. I don't want to deal with that wood. It splinters. It cuts bad. You see it right there. It cuts like crap. There's the good wood, the orangey stuff. So you see right there how much log has been wasted on this because the bark never came off. All this is, we're about here on this one, maybe, if I'm lucky. So, hey, so we got the starting to clear space out over here for working. I just feel like I need a workspace here. Got my soil screen. Got that bent up last week. I'll weld it together sometime, make a little round that's called a trommel. That's a project going on. What we got over here? We're getting into our last year's wood. I'm finally starting to process it. You see what's happening. This is getting to the good wood. Well, look at how much I'm wasting. Okay, this is why I say, like, from there to there is all crap. I don't want to deal with that wood. It splinters. It cuts bad. You see it right there. It cuts like crap. There's the good wood, the orangey stuff. So you see right there how much log has been wasted on this because the bark never came off. All this is, we're about here on this one, maybe, if I'm lucky. So we've gone from like 18-inch diameter. We're already like down in the 10 and 12 inch range. There's a lot of loss on this one too. This is probably going to be slab wood. The thing is, I'm not heartbroken over it. I mean, it does kind of suck because these are primo carving logs. I just never could get to them. I didn't have time this year. I had, you saw that I had accidents. You saw that I had too much going on. I wanted to get these slabbed out. If I were smart, I would have actually saved these for the bigger carving logs. I still have a couple saved aside down below. But yeah, I mean, all in all, we're at almost 60% loss on every single pine log in this pile, in this area. You see the mold on that one right there. That one's shot. They're all going to be about that size. So now I'm going to have 1,000 of these smaller carving. I'm trying to do bigger carvings. This is my dilemma. Is I'm trying to get in, trying to get to where I can do bigger carvings. Already, this one here, this is a green one. We'll come to this end here, and you can see where it's already turning to crap. You can see the black mold. You can see the bad wood. So this is why I say get that wood processed as soon as you can if you want really good wood. Greener wood processed, even get it in block form and stack it up and like put cover over it, it'll last forever. If you can actually mill it flat into square block, it's actually going to preserve better, I found. This kind of here, you see where a lot of it's split and cracked real bad on this side because of the sun, but also with a round piece of wood, when you let it dry, it hard cases itself. If you get in there and open up, like cross section, take a good chunk of that out for a square beam, that's going to cure a lot better. So a lot of these actually are going to be milled into big square beams, and then I will use them for carving later or for square stock material, because I need a lot of both right now. It's a real pain. It's a real pain when you get to this point and you're like, oh man, I wasted a whole year's worth of good wood, you know? Like, this all just sat here for a year. If I had gotten the bark off at the beginning, it would all be like that. It'd all be fine. It would all be beautiful wood. It would have had minimal staining in it, and it'd be dry. I mean, that stuff's still soaking wet. That's the problem with it. When you leave it wet for too long, it turns to crud. So I just wanted to show you guys that, and, you know, give you that insight, remind you of that insight, because there's a lot. There's that log right there. There's a lot lost off that. Nothing we can do about it now.